Coach,
Nice, Coach.
Coach, coming off a win like last night, do you think that addresses some of the national gnashing of teeth that this team is looking to take after the AD news?
To be honest with you, Jen, we don't really care. We don't care about any of the outside noise. We really don't. It's a group of guys in there that's going to play hard and play together and try to compete at the highest level. And when they do, that's going to be satisfactory to me because I know that they'll give everything that they got. So the perception of who we are outside the locker room or with the national media doesn't really it doesn't really matter to us. I mean, we know who we are and we know what we're going to try to do.
You think some of these guys can come together and be greater than the sum of their parts, so to speak?
Well, synergy has always been a thing that has kind of driven, the teams that's really facing, adversity, if you want to call it that. But I think as a coach, my whole deal is like if you play hard and you play together and you compete, at the highest level that you can, good things usually happen. So that's got to be, our motto, for the rest of the season. And when we have healthy guys, we'll play them, and when they're not healthy, we'll have to play someone else. And that's the way we got to look at it.
Anybody coming back tonight?
No, we'll have the same group that we had last night. So we'll have to have guys step up, and we'll try to distribute the minutes. And the one thing we're trying to do is not, overextend Drew's usage and try to get him enough rest that, he can be effective and have other guys step up. And they did last night.
What's it been like to have AD around after all this? I mean, is it different in any way? Is he acting the exact same way he did before this trade demand?
I think we all are. I mean, AD's a good kid. He's a good, solid kid, and the guys in the locker room obviously like him, and he likes them, and nothing has changed from a coaching standpoint. So it was in his right. It was within his right to do to ask for that, and so it's out there. And the one thing that we can't do as coaches and as players and as a team is that we can't let that number one be an excuse for us, and number two affect the way we think or what we try to do.
Ja's recent performance, a lot of the conversation around his career the past few years is that maybe the league is moving away from those low post centers, and you see the way he's performing, and you're going against Jokic tonight. Do you think that's kind of changing, or do you think that was kind of overrated in the first place? What do you think about the low post?
Well, I just think he just needed to be in the right situation, and sometimes it takes a couple of stops for the guys to be that way and find a team where they fit into. He's been really good for us, and I think he's been really good because he's put in the work. If you come in before practice, he's in there and he put in the work, and after practice, he's putting in the work. And I think the biggest thing for me is that, he went through a stretch where he had a lot of DNPs, and it didn't affect him anyway. He came back the next day and even worked that much harder. And I told him that, at some stage you'll get an opportunity, and you just got to be ready. And I think he seized the opportunity and took advantage of it because I think he's playing really good basketball for us.
When AD gets cleared from this injury, do you anticipate him to play another game for you guys?
That's a hard thing to answer. I don't really know how to answer that, really.
Assuming he's not been traded.
I assume that he will. I don't, that's something that obviously is going to have to be discussed and seeing, what's best for him, what's best for our team.
I mean, is it awkward in any way having him around?
No, it's not awkward at all. And I think if you ask every guy in the locker room, they'll tell you the same thing. He's the same guy. He asked to be traded, but he's the same guy. All of a sudden, his personality didn't change, and all of a sudden, everybody in the locker room, we don't feel differently about him at all. It's one of those things, and we'll have to manage it. As an organization, and he'll have to manage it, as an individual, and we'll get through the whole thing.
Coach, in last night's game, I think it may have been 24 seconds left in the game. Anthony Davis came up to you guys. I think he said something to you and Coach Finch. Did he give you some advice or something you noticed on the court?
You think I'm going to answer that?
I was just curious, you know.
It was conversation, yeah, and it was very good conversation.
Okay.
It was very positive conversation, yes. And that's not the first time he's done that, you know. And he's a part of our team, guys. he's on our team, okay.
I know you talked about it last night, but I guess what are your overall? What do you think about the way Drew played against Harden last night?
I think that's as good as you can ever hope for. And you know, I'll say this right now, and if I'm rallying for him, then so be it. But you know, to me, he deserved to be on an all-star team. He really does. You know what he does, and what we ask him to do, and as a two-way player, and obviously I know that our team has not been as successful as we would have thought it would be at this stage of the season. But you know, to hold Harden to 37 points, and that in itself is a crazy statement to say to hold somebody to 37 points. But he took 32 shots, and I thought that Drew did a great job on him. And you know, he's 6 for 18 from three. At this stage of the season and what he's doing, that's about as good as you're going to be able to guard him defensively.
I know there have been reports about AD asking if he's going to play again, but if Mirotic and Randall get healthy, do you expect them to play again, or this kind of holding pattern with them too?
I expect anything. If a guy is able to play and he's on the roster, we're going to play him, okay? That's the way it is right now. If anything change, I'll let you guys you guys will be the first to know. But you know, if a guy's healthy and says, you know, I'm ready to play, then you know, right now our intentions are to play anybody that's healthy. But right now we got 10 guys, you know, so those are the 10 that we'll have to play tonight. And if anybody have any suggestions, I'm open for that too, you know. But Fletcher, I've seen your jump shot, and I don't think you can help us right now, okay?
Thanks, Alvin.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
But I would consider.